Hey all, happy Friday and welcome back to my channel. This is the Dr. Shabai Show, and on this channel we talk about current events, things that are going on between men and women. One of the things I want to talk about today is Michael B Jordon. So Michael B Jordon is this famous actor, and someone called him corny. But before we get started, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. So Michael B. Jordon was at a premiere for his movie, and he was making his round talking to the reporters, and he came up upon this young lady you see in the picture, and you can see the look on his face. But she said, yeah, we go way back, we go to high school together, and he was like, oh yeah, that high school, you mean when you were calling me corny and this, that? And of course, she tried to play it off and everything, but she said she didn't do that, but she actually did. And she even went on an interview maybe a year before and said, yeah, we used to make fun of him, we used to kind of bully him, and we used to call him like corny. And she said that he would carry a photo around with him, and they would tease him about that. So what you doing with that photo? You're not going to be an actor. And then his name, and they said his name was Michael B Jordon, and he was nothing like Michael Jordan's. And so there's been so many different reactions about him confronting her, and I have no problem with that. And you have to remember, they're not like children, they were in high school. Now it's different if you're talking like something happened when you were like in the second or third grade. Those are kids can be mean, but the thing we have to talk about, especially in the Black community, is that we as women will label a man who is not a bad boy. We will call them a nerd, lame, corny, geek, loser, growth, undateable. So those are the words that a lot of women use to describe men. There are a lot of men out here who can really, really relate to Michael B. Jordon by being called, either a geek or a corny or lame, because, so the amount of support that he received on social media, it's apparent that a lot of men can relate, and not just Black men, but also white men. And so the reason why I say that is because his movie, it was out last weekend, March the 7th, was the premiere, and as of March the 7th, he's grossed $110.9 million. That's a lot of money. So I feel like a lot of men who, went and supported him in this movie, and that's just the first weekend. So this movie is going to constantly make money. And so that's also what I want to talk about, is how many men have been pushed aside by women, especially when they were younger, because they were the nice guy, because they didn't have flashy clothes, or, they didn't walk a certain way, and they didn't have, quote, swag. How many men out there are like that? I feel like it's a lot. And what's so interesting is that these are the nice guys that a lot of young women just refuse to date in their primes. They're going to look for them when they get older, after they have been, hurt by the bad guy. So I have a perfect example of what I'm talking about. So I read an article about Young Miami. Young Miami is the woman that's dating P. Diddy. Young Miami said that she doesn't ever want to get married because all men cheat. Now, this is coming from a woman who's 28 years old, who's dating a 49-year-old. But Puffy is someone who's never came across as a husband material. Yes, he makes a lot of money, he takes care of all his kids, but I have never ever seen this man commit to one woman at a time. He's dating Young Miami and got somebody else pregnant. So now she's on social media talking about, she's hurt and she's never want to date another man and share him and this. This is a perfect example of someone dating a bad boy versus a nice guy. So in conclusion, to all of the wonderful nice guys out there, you're not corny, you are amazing. Just wait. All you have to do is focus on yourself, build yourself up, And I'm telling you, things will get better for you. Just don't worry about it. Here in this country, we spend a lot of time of encouraging our girls and our young women, to have confidence and to, be self-expressive and, but I don't think we do that for, boys. And I was reading an article, and it talks about how young men in their 20s and 30s are typically single, but the women in that age group are not. However, what they didn't say, but if you look at the numbers, the older a man gets, the more likely that he was not single. So basically what they're saying is that the woman has to pick when she's in her 20s and early, at her prime. But then as she gets older, the man comes on top and he has his pick. And that's considered his prime, when he's hit a certain stride with his economics, and his career. So for any young man, like I said, that's ever been called corny, you're not corny. You're just a nice guy, and you continue to be who you are, but don't pick the women who didn't want you when you were younger and they called you corny. Pick the women who appreciate you where you are at that moment. So I would love to hear what you think about this video. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye.